Cycles. Cycles, patterns, and cycles. Why do we find ourselves trapped, secluded, isolated, buried, and locked in to these freaking cycles that the universe just loves to present to us and make sure that we do not, and I repeat, make sure that we do not break free from them until we have learned our lessons and have grown and developed. Until that day comes, we seem to be perpetually cycling through these cycles. Jesus Christ. And the reason why I'm banging on about cycles, ladies and gentlemen, is because I am currently recording this video in a cycle myself. If you have been watching these videos in the correct order, meaning today is day 27, if you have been watching these videos from day 1 through to day 27, by now you will know what my main issues are. You will know that I say yes to too many things and I overcommit to too many things. And not only do I overcommit, but then when it comes to executing, getting the job done, I'm a little bit of a perfectionist. I like to get things done to a high standard. So I'm often behind schedule, delivering for 800 people at the same time, managing my team, launching multiple businesses. My cycles are, frick me. My cycles are, I'm grateful. Let's just say I'm grateful for my cycles. I'm not in a cycle of toxic relationships. I'm not in a cycle of eating terrible food and being overweight. I'm not in the cycle of going on dates and they never end up anywhere, these random dates. I'm not in a cycle of people pleasing to an extent, although overcommitting and saying yes to everyone is a form of people pleasing in its most general sense. Luckily, I don't have that issue, right? So my cycles in my life are, I'm grateful for them. It's all about my drive and my purpose and taking on too much and being really overly optimistic or just super optimistic in my mind about what it is that I can and can't do. And as you guys know, I've been coughing since the beginning of this channel. I've been coughing, trying to get that under control, and I'm unfortunately my health is not. I'm putting at certain times I'm putting my work ahead of my health, which is something I swore I wouldn't do at the end of 2024. So, cycles, patterns. We are gonna break down these sons of bitches today. We're gonna figure out and we're gonna hash out why we have cycles in our lives, what their purpose is, how they come about, how we deal with them, and how to move forward from them, okay? We're gonna tackle these areas. Bear in mind the time now is 9:30 p.m. here in the UK. It's 9:30 p.m. I have had 2.5 hours sleep in the past almost 48 hours. So although it's Tuesday, 9:30 p.m., I woke up on Monday at 4:30 a.m. I worked throughout the whole day, which you'll know from my last video if you're watching in order. I woke up on yesterday on Monday, 4:30 a.m., worked throughout the whole day, as in started work at 5:30 a.m. on my laptop, working the entire day, all the way through the night of Monday. I slept for 2 hours, broken up into 2 1 hour sleeps sort of things, and then continued working throughout Monday night, 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. into Tuesday morning, continued working the entire day. Then at 10 a.m. Tuesday morning, I recorded Monday's video, but I was in the middle of an all-nighter. So I recorded Monday's video at Tuesday at 10 a.m. And then now it's Tuesday, 9:45 p.m. and I'm recording today's video today. The cycle I am currently in, people, is a cycle of overcommitment or not learning how to say no. But I like to say overcommitment because if I committed, or maybe mal commitment or bad commitment or over commitment, it's not about committing to too many things. It's about not scheduling things correctly in my calendar. So someone will say, "Can you get this done by this time?" It's like, yes, it's just on my tongue, which is a form of people pleasing, a form of ego, proving, trying to impress the other person. These are the complex childhood psychological traumas that I'm still clearly haven't dealt with. I've addressed them. I've looked into them. And I'm aware of them. Started doing the work on them, but I've still not conquered it because I'm in this position right now of this ridiculous all-nighter that my mother would absolutely tear my tongue out of my head if she knew what I'm doing. Which she's watching this video, so she'll know. And so she'll be disgusted by this. But it's the reason why I'm still in this position, because I haven't conquered. I've not conquered the ability to schedule tasks into my calendar properly and make sure it doesn't eat me alive. Because I want to do everything all at once. Anyway, my name is Pierre Yamfam. This is Get Out of Your Way. I'm feeling a little bit like death today. And let's figure this one out together. But first, a little bit of accountability. Did I wake up on time this morning? Wait, I done an all-nighter. Oh yeah, I remember what I did. I recorded myself at 4:30 a.m. on my laptop working. This is going to be interesting. So I'll show you that in a second. Did I wake up at 4:30 a.m. this morning? And what is today's success principle? Once those two parts are done, we will get into a blueprint. And then we will not be doing, we'll get into the breakdown. Part 3 will be the breakdown. And we will not be doing the blueprint today because the time is 9:45 p.m. It's super, super late. And I actually still have 2 more deliverables to get out tonight. So I need to sleep for like an hour and a half or something. And I need to work throughout tonight as well. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting. So that will mean across 48 hours, going into 72 hours, I would have had 5 hours sleep. Silent scream. Catch you in a bit. So that was my life this morning. At 4:30 a.m., I was sitting on my laptop being an absolute asshole. I was about to say it would all be worth it. I was about to say it would all be worth it. And then I realized that if I'm dead, burned out, or get a stroke or a heart attack because I wet myself into the ground, it won't be worth it, will it? I won't even be able to enjoy the things that I've achieved. Jesus Christ, kill me now. Don't kill me now. Save me now. That's where we are. So, day 27, which is today, I am half broken, half asleep. I don't know what level of decision making. Actually, to be fair, again, because I perform on a high level on a usual basis, the work that I've been delivering today, sending out to clients and stuff, and building the internal businesses that I'm building. To be fair, some of the work has been top notch. I'm not gonna lie. And this is something that we need to just touch upon very, very quickly. But we'll get into that into the breakdown. Yeah, we'll do it in the breakdown. Right now, let's get into part 2, the success principle. Then I want to touch upon the fact that at this level of tiredness, the work that we produce is of such a high standard. And I want to talk about how that creates a very deceiving feedback loop. Interesting. Part 2, success principle. For today, the success principle is very, very straightforward. And that is that successful people and this principle is yes, it's straightforward, but the actual impact it can have on your life when you implement it, the impact is almost second to none. Almost second to none. Okay? So, day 27, success principle 27 is successful people are willing, not that they should, not that they should, but successful people are willing to go to extreme lengths to achieve what they want to achieve. And as a result, what's quite baffling about that, what is quite baffling about that concept is that you would think that they would win a lot, right? You'd think that, wow, they're willing to do anything it takes, so they must win a lot. And no, my breed of people, us elite individuals, us successful people, we lose and we fail all the freaking time. It is a joke. We fail more than you. But I think hopefully you're one of us elite people as well, right? So you're with us, or you're trying to become elite. So we fail more than failures. Think about that. It's quite hilarious. Successful people fail more than failures. Why do we fail more than failures? Because we take more risks. We go more to the ends of the earth. We're willing to do extreme things to get what we want, and sometimes those extreme things fail and blow up in our face. We fail more than the failures. So I'm gonna start laughing. I can't laugh today. If I laugh today, I will cough like a madman. Okay, so stop making me laugh. The point I'm making is successful people fail more than failures. But the reason why people sing and dance about us, the reason why they create statues in our image, and the reason why they write about us in the history books is because the wins, because of our way of life, because of how far we're willing to go. Yes, the losses are drastic, sometimes fatal, sometimes, really detrimental. But at the same time, the wins are also just as similar in magnitude. So as a result, when we win, it's a Tesla. When we win, it's a Facebook. When we win, it's an Airbnb. When we win, it's a fill in the blank. Do you see? And so it's an Apple, right? And so that's the reason why it looks like successful people are so incredible, because when we win, it's like, oh my God, like all the success, blah, blah, but the losses and the hits and the knockdowns, we lose and we fail. We face and taste failure way more than normal, poor, or poor thinking people, or unsuccessful people. We face failure way more than them. Okay. So day 27, success principle 27 it's almost twofold. Part A is successful people are willing to go to extremes to become successful. That doesn't mean, and part B is that doesn't mean that we win all the time. In fact, we lose way more than we win. But because of our extremes, our losses sometimes are spoke about in newspapers and sometimes are really chastised upon and blown up by the public. But when we win, that's what I'm doing. That's what I'm going to be doing this year. I'm going to be winning hard. And let's see the response. Day 27, success principle 27. If I fall asleep on this podcast, oh my God, if I fall asleep on this podcast, forgive me. My eyes are closing. I can feel them closing, but I'm going to keep going because we hold each other accountable on this podcast. Episode vlog, day 27 vlog. Okay, let's hop over to part 3, the breakdown, and let's get into these freaking cycles and patterns that I love so much and I'm grateful for. Catch you in a bit. Okay, part three, the breakdown. Earlier on, by the way, can I just let you know I'm running on fumes right now? I am running on freaking fumes. I don't know where this energy is coming from. I do. It's for my purpose and my passion. But let's just say I don't know where this energy is coming from. I don't know. I haven't had a Red Bull. I haven't had a coffee. I don't even drink Red Bull. So I don't know why I said that. I have not got anything inside my system right now other than love, purpose, and drive. That's what I'm running on right now. So apologies if I'm waffling and apologies if my eyes start closing, but we're going to get through part three to break down together. I hope. Slap myself a little bit. Stay awake. Okay. So earlier on, we asked a crucial question to both our lives. We asked, why do we struggle to break free from our cycles? These pain cycles that the universe presents to us and does not allow us to leave, and will continually present them to us until we fix what the frick is going on. Why do we find ourselves in them? How do we recognize we are in them? How do we address them and deal with them? And how do we push on from them? This is going to save a lot of people's lives, which I'm very, very happy about. So I'm going to deliver today. Okay? So, first things first, what we need to understand about cycles is it comes hand in hand with the purpose of life, in my opinion. Okay? So this is my opinion, of which I don't know the truth. But I've got a very strong belief in this is our reason for being here, and this is why we're here. So to understand, the way I want to break this down is to understand cycles. You first need to understand the meaning of life. Now, the meaning of life, from all of my researching into other people's research, like Jay Shetty's, Vishen Lakhiani's, Napoleon Hill's, all of these different leading figures, Bob Proctor, all of these different leading figures, almost 100 of them. It seems to me that the purpose of life is actually simply to be happy. That's the purpose of life, is to be happy. Now, in order to be happy, happiness requires only one concept in life. Happiness requires alignment. When you are balanced and when you are aligned, you are happy. So if the meaning of life is happiness, the true, genuine meaning of life is to be happy, and happiness requires one element in life, which is alignment and balance. We call it alignment, that one element. The question every human should be asking on earth is, how do I get aligned? The most successful people on earth are aligned. They're aligned to heck. There's no surprise that they're successful, right? In financial terms and in other terms, right? There's no surprise. If you look at Ariana Huffington's lifestyle, mad successful with the wealth, mad successful with other areas of her life as well. She's got that incredible alignment and balance, right? And so, great role model. And so, every human being on earth should be asking, how do I get aligned? Now, the way I see the cycles of life, the cycles that we have when we're living in this current form that we're in, the way I see these cycles is part of a bigger game. The bigger game we're playing is alignment. That's the game we're playing. We're playing a game of alignment. When nations are not aligned, there's war. When your body is not aligned with itself, there's illness. When communities are not aligned, there's domestics. When families are not aligned, there's domestic violence. When the mind isn't aligned, there's insanity. We are actually playing a larger game here of simply a concept called alignment, a game called alignment. And so when we come into this world, I believe that we come into this world to seek alignment to our highest self, to seek alignment to the best version of ourselves. The highest, best version of ourselves is 100% aligned, and that's called enlightenment. And that enlightenment space, that area of achievement, in that zone, in that realm, we have achieved all forms of character development, health development, physical development, every form of development that we're supposed to be taking on in our own journeys. We have achieved that. That's what pure alignment feels like. And that's what pure alignment is. At that stage, we have reached 100% enlightenment. Okay. And so once we've achieved that enlightenment, or before we get that enlightenment, we have to work through these cycles, which is what I'm experiencing now, which I explained at the beginning of the video. We have to work through these cycles that continually present themselves to us. And these are the lessons, and these are the trials and tribulations, these are the challenges that we need to overcome in this lifetime that are presenting themselves to us. We need to overcome these in order to get closer to alignment. Do you see? Can you see how the dots are connecting? And so, again, this is my opinion. This isn't necessarily true. I'm not saying this is true. This is just my model for life, and this is how I cope with why I'm here, my purpose, and it seems to be working really, really well for me and other people, spiritual people who subscribe to the same model. I've got my own nuances in this model because I like to make sure that I am my most authentic self. So I don't just pick up a scripture and then say, oh, that's what I am, or that's what. If I'm aligned with it 100%, then yeah, no problem. But this is my model for life, right? This is how I see it from all the research that I've done and the learnings and listenings that I've done. So if this is starting to make sense from we are here to be happy, happiness requires alignment. How do we get aligned? Alignment is 100% development of our current selves to our higher self. That's alignment. And that is actually a form, that is what we call enlightenment, 100% enlightenment, right? So how do we get to enlightenment? We get to enlightenment by overcoming these cycles. And that's how we get to these cycles. Okay. So when we look at life cycles, what sort of cycles are there? Let's begin to, now we know the concept and the foundations of my model. Let's identify some cycles. We did a few of them earlier. 1, toxic relationships. Like, let's say toxic love relationships. This is a big one because people, they get into the same abusive relationships and they don't know how to get out, and they keep going for men or women who do that sort of stuff to them. And that's really bad, right? So that's toxic relationships. We have eating problems, right? Like you always find yourself putting on weight. Even if you lose the weight, you put it on again. You lose the weight and put it on again. This is a cycle. So you've got toxic relationships, weight loss, friendship relationships, finding yourself always in the same group of friends that pull you down. Sleep. I am in a terrible sleep cycle. Try my best, but I'm not trying hard enough. I need to do better. So 100% sleep cycles. My sleep cycle is terrible, and I'm in that cycle right now. I need to get better at that. Okay. People pleasing. I'll just call my thing people pleasing. It's one part of people pleasing, but I'll just call it people pleasing to keep it simple. So people pleasing is another one that I have. So people pleasing and sleep cycles. I will, hands down, 100% be killing, absolutely wiping the floor with sleep cycles and people pleasing this year. I will be dealing with both of those. Don't you worry. Watch me go, go, go. GOW, by the way, go. So, yeah, we've gone through a few of them right now, right? So we've had toxic relationships. We've had eating bad food. We've had poor sleep, and then we've had people pleasing, friendship, bad friendship groups. I've done pretty well to remember those 5 because right now with this level of tiredness, my short-term memory should be absolutely shot. But that's looking good. So those 5 we have so far. So those are 5 main ones. Those are really big. A lot of people have those. You, of course, may have your own unique cycle that you're in. And I can't go through and describe all of them, but I'm sure you resonate and you understand what cycle you're in your own life. Now, do you notice how the universe continually presents, Jesus Christ, the universe continually presents your cycles to you over and over again? My latest cycle got presented to me on Monday. And on Monday, one of my business partners literally, and I said this earlier today in today's video, number day 27, which was for yesterday. One of my business partners said to me, "Hey, Pierre, the investor that we're going to be pitching to is actually going to be in town, and he's going to be actually showing me around some of his businesses, X, Y, and Z. I think it's a great time to pitch to him. I think it's a great time to pitch to him. You know, like he's actually asked me to go with him and see some of his businesses and blah, blah, blah. And, you know, he's really interested in the app that we're building. I think we should pitch. This is on Monday. Can you do a pitch deck for Wednesday?" I'm launching a whole new business on Thursday. I'm launching a whole new venture on Thursday. Where on earth do I have the time to create a pitch deck from scratch for this other company that I'm in with my business partner? I don't have the time. Pierre, you so do not have the time. It's a joke. The words that came out of my mouth were this. You laugh at me if you want. I'm happy to be an example because I'm gonna get through this, and I'm gonna hope that you guys get through this. So feel free to laugh and just take humor in the next words that came out of my mouth. I turn around to this guy and say, "Well, we don't have a choice, do we? He's in town. He's actually asked you to come with him and check out some of his businesses. The vibe's going to be high. The energy will be high. It's a great time to pitch to him. I don't have a choice. I'll get the pitch deck done." At that point, I just signed my life over to the devil. I just signed my life over to no sleep. I signed my life and my health over to NHS. I signed over everything that's important to me, my time, my values, my health, clearly not that important to me. I signed that all over when those words came out of my mouth. Obviously, my business partner turns around and says, "Oh, great." Obviously, you know, he knows me so well, goes, "Pierre, don't kill yourself." The guy turns around to me, "Pierre, don't kill yourself. But if you can get it done, that's brilliant. Awesome." The time now is 10 p.m. I've just finished. We haven't even branded the company. There's no branding for what we're about to pitch, right? I just finished the branding about an hour ago. I now need to create a few screens for the app. No screens have been designed, so I need to create like 2-3 screens, which is fine. And I need to create the pitch deck. I need to hand this in by 10 a.m. tomorrow morning. The time's 10 p.m. I'm here recording my YouTube video for you guys. This is a cycle that I'm in. Yes, laugh, point fingers. Yes, I know. It's okay. My ego is in check. And I'm more than happy to be an example of an absolute imbecile. I am an absolute imbecile for doing what the frick I did on Monday. Absolute muppet. Okay? So that's one of my cycles. My other cycle is sleep. And when it comes to sleep, I think I did break this down really well in one of my earlier videos about 2 weeks ago, where I basically said that, yeah, a lot of my sleep patterns come from my parents, and I've absorbed them, and I live very similar to how they were when I was growing up. I looked up to them as successful as they were, and I adopted certain patterns of theirs, and I've definitely signed them off as that's what success looks like. So I need to be like that. One of them is working disgustingly hard, which is what my mum and dad did. So I'm working on that one. So sleep cycles, I'm working on. I've got that under control to an extent. It's more the people pleasing and saying yes when I should be saying no. It's that side that lands me in hot water and then ends up killing my sleep. That's my sleep cycle. That's my cycle. What's yours? Let's have a cycle sharing session in the comments. You've heard my cycles, people pleasing and sleep, or lack of sleep. What are your cycles? Let me know in the comments below. Okay, so identifying cycles and patterns. And the universe 100% will continue presenting these to me until I fix them. Why? Because subconsciously, I want to be presented with these cycles. Subconsciously, one second, I got a very important WhatsApp message come through just now. Apologies. Yeah. Okay. So, yes. So, apologies. So I that's how first we have to identify these patterns and these patterns and cycles, and the universe will continually present those to us because actually subconsciously, deep in our subconscious, we want to be presented with these cycles because those are the pain points that once we overcome will be more aligned to our higher self. Think about that very deeply. We actually want to be in these pain cycles. Sounds very weird, right? But we do. We want to be in these cycles of pain because these are the cycles that we need to break. We are obliged to work out how to break free from them if we want to get to our highest self. Now, this can be very dangerous to say, especially online, right? Because people have mad cycles of being in sexually abusive relationships. How can you tell me that I want that? That is nuts, Pierre, right? That's crazy. But, and again, this is just my opinion, so we need to make sure that we keep it as opinions. However, you will see for yourself what happens. Let's say you are that person who has sexually abusive patterns that you keep going through, you keep putting yourself through. Just on a vibrational level and on a law of attraction level, that is something that you are on that vibration. You are attracting that which is very hard to hear, but that's what's happening. You're attracting these events. So vibrationally, you're already there, right? But now ask yourself, if you were to break free from that cycle, if you were to break free from those sexually abusive relationships, just ask yourself a simple question. How would you feel? Full stop. How would you feel? Simple question. Break free from your sexual abusive relationships. You would feel on cloud nine, of course, right? You'd feel on anyone would, right? So you'd feel on cloud nine. And the reason why you'd feel on cloud nine is because you've actually taken sexual abuse is a big thing. So you've taken a massive step in the right direction towards your highest self. Think about the reward of that. Think about, why would I feel so great? Why would I feel so great? Because you're taking a step towards your highest self. And so if you reverse engineer that, ask yourself, why do I keep on putting myself in these situations? Although it's very, very hard to hear, but that's what we do in this channel. We're very authentic and we're very straight to the point, and we cut through those 6 years of psychotherapy and we get straight to the nuts and bolts so you can make a change immediately. It's actually because that's exactly where you want to be. You want to be in those abusive relationships. Your soul wants to be in them so that you can work out of them and step closer to your higher self. That's just your challenge. And what's crazy is that everyone on earth has their own cycles. That's just the one that you need to get through. And I've got mine that I need to get through. We've all got our deep and dark cycles that we need to get through to become the highest version of ourselves. Okay? So once we identify what our cycle is and we really make peace with, I have to be in this cycle. Clearly, I'm not good at it. That's why I've got the cycle. I have to be in this cycle for now because this is what I need to work on and overcome to get closer to my highest self. That's what the game is. Once I'm closer to my highest self, I'm more aligned, and guess what? I'm going to be more happy. And that's the purpose of our soul's journey. Alignment and happiness, bliss. Do you see? This became quite a deep. I don't know why I'm speaking about this on 2 hours of sleep. This could be I could spend a whole week on this. This is freaking deep. This is really deep stuff. Actually, I'm quite interested in this topic. It's quite deep. So maybe we'll do a segment on this. Anyway, does that make sense? Are all those dots connecting? Yeah. Now we're now approaching 45 minutes. So I need to stop because I have to get to this evening session of work and some kind of maybe an hour sleep before this evening session. I need to hand in this work by 10 a.m. in 12 hours time. So I need to go. So let's do a quick crash course on just basic steps to break free from these cycles. And these are the steps that I'm going to be using. I'm already using it for my sleep. It's going okay. And I need to use it more for my people pleasing, clearly, because I'm in this cycle right now with you guys, right? So identify what the cycle is. Make peace. Identify and make peace. Step one, identify what the cycle is. Step two, make peace that you are here for a reason and that these cycles are designed to help you get to your highest version of yourself. You have to go through them to get to where you want to get to. That's just your journey. Step three, find out what your triggers are. What is the triggers in your cycles that that allow you to realize you're in the cycle? Does that make sense? What are the triggers when you're in the cycle to help you to realize that you're in the cycle? You need to recognize what that is. For example, for me, when it comes to people pleasing, I need to write this down and start doing the work on this properly. But I know that one of my triggers is when someone asks me to do something, full stop. My schedule is already mapped out for the next 50, 100 billion years. I know exactly what I'm going to be doing every single day. I don't have time for any more additions, obviously, because I know what I'm going to be doing every day. But of course, I'm joking, it doesn't work like that, right? So when someone asks me to do something, immediately it will disrupt my schedule because I've already mapped out my next 50 billion years. So if it's going to disrupt my schedule, that's fine. Obviously, I'm flexible, I go with the flow. I'm on that vibe. My issue is I place the task in completely the wrong place, and that messes me up. So my trigger is when someone asks me to do something, that's the trigger. And when I get that trigger, I need to pause and not say yes straight away. I need to pause and look at my calendar and reasonably select a slot where I can get that piece of work done. Okay, so that's the issue. That's what you need to do. Identify what your cycle is. Make peace with that's where you need to be to get the highest version of yourself. Find out what your triggers are, and then use those triggers to simply rewrite the script. So use the triggers to act differently. What should I do when I get this trigger? I should say, 1 second, business partner. Let me look at my calendar. I'm going to bring up my calendar in front of you right now so we can look at it together because I'm not sure where I can get this done. If it can't be done before Wednesday, when you go see the investor, then it can't be done. But let's look at my calendar. Okay. Can't be done Monday, Tuesday. That's what I should have done. Oh, frick. Does that make sense? Identify, make peace, find the triggers, rewrite the script. Bloody heck, on this channel, we are getting good at these models, boy. I'm gonna have to start patenting and trademarking these models so I can use it in my books and stuff. I don't know what I need to start doing, but these models are flying off the tongue. I was gonna say flying off the shelf, but they are flying off the tongue right now and they're feeling very, very, very good. Guys, thank you so much for spending this time with me. I am half asleep, so I apologize if anything I've said has been wild. But I think everything sounds really, really good. And I will catch you in tomorrow's video, episode 28, and I'll let you know, God have mercy, I'll let you know if I hit the 10 a.m. deadline, which is in 10 hours, 11 hours and 45 minutes from now. So let's see how that goes. My name is Pierre Yamfam. This is Get Out of Your Way. I'm knackered today, but I'm good. We're going to get through this. And I will catch you in tomorrow's video. Thank you so much. Peace.